Injury update time. Same thing with Ryan Bliss, like still on track. I think you'll probably see Ryan next homestand. I think it'd be good to get him up here. So we're going to talk to him today about the next homestand, him coming to join us and spending some time with our training staff here. But he's right on track from what we talked about originally, making progress, but nothing different from what we originally talked about. Bryce, live VP obviously over the weekend. He will throw again on Friday. Still TBD on whether that is a live out here or a game in Tacoma. I think we're leaning as a group toward the live out here, mostly to build more pitch count before we send him out on a rehab assignment. Just a little easier to control in a live setting than it is in a traditional AAA game setting. So my understanding is the stuff was great. He felt really good afterwards. So we'll see where he is this week, but I would plan on him throwing on Friday, probably out here. For Bryce, Victor is here, obviously, I'm sure you heard, and he's doing really well. Started like the basics of baseball activities again. I think he's excited. Again, long way to go. Still TBD on an actual date of return, but making good progress, and really just glad to have him around. He's such a huge additive personality in our group. So we'll keep you posted as things change, but he is just sort of in the beginnings of baseball activity right now. Gregory Santos is scheduled to see the doctor on the 21st. Once he gets clearance from the doctor on the 21st, he can push forward and start to like move toward game activity and live activity, things like that. So we'll let you know how that goes over the next couple days once we get here from the doctor. And then Colin Snyder's obviously on his rehab assignment right now, just building volume more than anything. He feels good, making sure he has the ability to pitch multiple innings, to pitch back to back, to come into an inning, sit down, and then go out and pitch another inning. The things that he has done traditionally that you can't just really do over 2 or 3 rehab outings. So that's everybody on the Major League side. I'll stop there. Is there anybody I forgot or questions that anybody has?
For Vic, the basics of baseball, I mean, we've seen him throwing a little bit. The basics of baseball activity, though, are what at this point?
Throwing and one-handed swinging, starting to move around a little bit in different ways. We're still a long way away from, like, game-like activities and things like that.
I know you said there's no timeline, but at this point, do you think he's back before the end of the regular season?
I hope so, but I don't have an answer on that. It just depends on how his range of motion and strength progresses, and I would just be guessing if I told you that was going to go perfectly and we would see him on X date, or whether it wouldn't go perfectly and we would need more time.
For Bryce, a bit of a way out, but if Friday is here, does that impact how many rehab outings you'll think you need?
Not really. If anything, I wouldn't take Friday being here as like it pushing back his timeline. I would take it as we feel like he won't go out in a rehab game, the first AAA rehab game, and throw like 20 pitches in that outing. It gives us the ability to stretch him out quicker once he goes out there if we do that here.
I think he threw 35 the other day. What do you want him to get to on Friday?
I haven't asked our coaching staff and our trainers that yet, so I would be guessing. But I think the goal is that he's not pitching in a big league game until he's built to like call it 80 or more. And we don't want to have him as a group go out and pitch in a AAA game and have it be 32 pitches or something like that when our goal might be 40 or 45 or 50. So we want to make sure that we build count as regularly as we can, and the live VP setting can be better for that.
Is the goal then to work him back towards full starts, or maybe look at more of a limited innings rule moving forward?
So right now, obviously, plenty of season left still, where the goal would be to have him at full starts. I do think it puts a lot of strain on the other members of the staff if he's only built up to 55 or 60 pitches and we ask him to come here, like fingers crossed for 3 or 4 innings in a game, and now you're essentially running a bullpen game. It's just, that puts a lot of weight on the rest of the guys. So we want him to have the ability to go out and feel confident that he can pitch a start, and that we're not artificially limiting him and pulling the cord after 3 or 4 innings because he doesn't have the volume built.
With Vic and Bliss soon, what's kind of the line you're looking for to bring a guy up here and transfer that?
Oh, they're a long way away from that.
No, from between Arizona.
Oh, I got you.
Here for rehab.
The Vic visits and the Bliss visits are mostly just about keeping them connected to our group, making sure they understand that they're part of the big league team, and they're at a place in their rehabs where we're not hindering them by having them rehab in a non-rehab facility. Arizona offers so much more in terms of attention of staff, resources, all those things that you just can't have when you're trying to win a major league game that night. But those guys are getting to the point in their rehab where they can come in early and do the work and not take resources away from the guys that are playing in the game that night. So that is why, one, to make them feel part of the group, and two, because they bring something to the major league roster, to the team itself, because they've been here, they're part of the team, and three, just because we can rehab them correctly at the stage of rehab that they're at.
Just to clarify, when you say the 21st for Santos, is that today or next month?
That is today. I'm sorry, I lost track of the days. I thought today was the 20th. So he's seeing the doctor today.
Okay.
Do you have a sense of how quickly he can ramp up, assuming he gets the clearance?
It just depends on how he feels after full go rehab outings in Arizona first, probably, and then coming out here. I don't think we're like imminent from seeing him in a AAA game, but I do think if the visit goes well and he feels good, ramping him up and getting him out there in live BPs in Arizona, then ACL games is reasonable soon. So he's checked all of the boxes in terms of where he feels his knee is at. Now we just need to make sure that the doctor feels good about it and that he can progress in games and do it confidently. Hi, Bryce.
Howdy.
Friday?
Friday.
Great.
I'll be there.
I hope so.
Anybody else? Just one other minor league player note. Johnny Farmelo is doing great. Would anticipate. So he started full swings last week. It's just an injury that you do need to be cautious of, and similar to what we talked about with Rayleigh, where swinging at full speed is just different than swinging off a tee. Like when you have to cut it loose on a game with a quick decision, that's just requires different muscles work. He's progressing well. I would anticipate middle of August he's out back at affiliate again. So like call it 2 to 3 weeks from now. He's doing great. Talked to the doctors who were just in Arizona doing some of the draft physicals, and they were really excited about how he's feeling, how he's moving, and in some ways they feel like this injury could be a little bit of a blessing in that it just gave his knee longer to bounce back, and he's not going to have to do the 2 days on, 1 day off thing that he was kind of doing coming back from the knee injury from last year.
Marlowe, Rodden, back in the ACL, will they then be activated to their respective affiliates, or will they work their way up through them?
Probably activated to their respective affiliates, probably very soon, like as soon as this week. They're doing great.
What were the reports on how Marlowe was feeling after his first rehab outing?
Really good. Really positive. Feels great. I believe I heard a comment from somebody that he feels better than he has in years, is what he said. So excited for Katie. He's working really hard.
And for McGraw and Dollard, I know you guys were trying to monitor how they were ramping up. Is everything good on that front too?
Yeah, everything's been positive with McGraw and Dollard. Gave Teddy a little bit of an extended blow coming out of the break, and he should be back out there in the next week or so.